This is Stephanie.
And this is Joseph.
And welcome back.
Yes.
We're doing it.
We're doing it. Okay. We're going to change things up. It's our midweek podcast, YouTube vlog. Or it's not a vlog, I guess it's a podcast, right?
Yeah.
But we're going to talk about going to Fort Wilderness. So we're going to kind of go over some campgrounds for any ideas for anybody that's going to go to Fort Wilderness from Tennessee, Kentucky, that area. And we're going to kind of go over some campgrounds that we stay at to kind of cut up or break up the drive so you're not driving the full amount of time.
Yeah.
Because for us, it's like 650 miles, and that makes for a long day.
It does make for a long day.
I think we've only done that like once, right, with the camper. We don't usually
Have we?
I thought going home, but we might not have. But anyway, we're going to go over places we've stayed, and maybe it'll help other people that's planning their trip. We're kind of planning our trip to go to Fort Wilderness for Halloween and for the fall, so we're going to go through the campground. So we're leaving Tennessee. We're headed south. We're going on 75.
Yes.
Going toward Atlanta, and the first stop is after you pass Chattanooga. You get into Georgia. It's in Calhoun, Georgia. It's called
AOK Cedar Break RV Park.
Yeah, so I think when you arrive, it says AOK, but on the website, Cedar Break is what they call it. Yeah.
And I think it used to be
a KOA.
KOA. Because like the building looks like one of the KOA buildings.
Yeah.
So we've stayed there twice.
We've stayed there twice?
Yeah, once going and then once coming when we was coming back.
Okay.
I mean, and I will say, like, the first time we went, we got to pull through there up close, up front. It was pretty easy to get in and out, so.
Yeah.
Now, the second time, it wasn't as easy, but this was trying to just find a place to stay before we, it was getting late, and we just needed a place, and we didn't have anything, and they had, like, one spot available, and they have, like, emergency spots for people who just show up and need a place, and that's what was available.
Okay. So you said pull through is what we usually do, right?
Yeah.
And $55 a night is what I showed the current prices. So I picked a random weekday in October. So that's what the pricing is. Certain times of year it may be different. Probably hearing crows right now. But yeah, so you're still about 500 miles from Disney. So if you start up further north, maybe that'd be a good break to, break it up.
And one of the things, since it's, just a quickly overnight thing, do you remember how level it was? I know when we was coming back and we got one of their emergency sites, it wasn't that level.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
I don't remember being bad, but it's probably not going to be like fully level. So.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
But I will say that the emergency site, they're not the greatest. It's just pretty much a place to pull in. You have everything you need. But I mean, if you're in a pinch, you need it. So. Yeah.
Okay. So moving on from there, and I'm going to add maps to show everything.
But also a good point with that one is, the next exit after that is a Buc-ee's.
Okay. Yeah. So there's two big Buc-ee's, one on each side of Atlanta, and is that the bigger one, or is that the smaller one?
That's the smaller one. That's the smaller one.
If you go to it and you're pulling a trailer RV early morning or mid-evening or late evening, probably best bet. I mean, it gets busy, so
it does, yeah.
It gets hard to get into. All right, so from there, we are driving through Atlanta. Just a quick tip with Atlanta, because it intimidates a lot of people. We've only had one bad time. No, that was coming back. So going south, airplane flying over, going south from Tennessee, going toward Florida, I don't think we've ever had really bad luck on 75 going through Atlanta.
I don't
not with it, not pulling at least. I think once without pulling, we got stuck where they were like pulling up the little labels, the little reflectors and stuff. Just the only tip I would say is miss rush hour. For me, we've done late morning past rush hour. We've done really early in the morning, like 5 a.m., 6 a.m. It's actually better to have a little bit of traffic just so you don't have to deal with cars flying past you,
Yeah.
cutting you off. If it's a little thick, the traffic is, get in the middle lane and just follow the signs in, above the overpass and then on the road, but stay in the middle. That's the main
And
thing.
usually there's always someone out there if you need to get over. They'll let you over, especially if traffic, if it's moving, but kind of there's a lot of traffic. There's someone who will let you over usually.
Yeah, and
So.
I think Atlanta's had a kind of a bad rap, but we've never had really that bad an issue.
Our usual issue with the traffic is further south of Atlanta,
Yeah,
and usually coming towards Atlanta.
yeah,
So,
yeah. Going south, going north. You mean, right?
yeah. But it was south
coming
of
from
Atlanta.
the south,
Yeah,
and
that makes more sense. when I
Yeah,
said.
yeah. We've had more issues going back home on 75 than we have gone south.
Yes.
But anyway,
yes.
all right. So moving on, the next stop is a Harvest Host at Lane Southern Orchard. You're like 350 miles away. You would have to be a Harvest Host member. I'm not sure what the month or the yearly plan is. I think it's around $100, but it gives you access to a lot of places to stay. This is a store, I guess.
It's a peach orchard.
Peach orchard store situation. So we've only done this once.
Yeah.
It was just a gravel parking lot, right? Is that what it was?
No, I think it's paved.
Paved?
It's
Okay.
paved.
Okay.
It was kind of rainy. I just remember it was rainy when we stopped. But they have like a little playground and stuff. But the kids wasn't able to play because it was cool and rainy. So.
And for us, being in a fifth wheel and having a generator, we have to actually lug out. We didn't have a generator that time either. So we just dealt with the stillness of the air. So
Yeah.
I think we may have cracked a few windows, but it was cool, like you said. If you're in a Class C, Class A, it'd be more ideal for staying at this Harvest
most
Host.
definitely.
But if you're part of Harvest Host, you would know you're supposed to spend $30. So we say it's $30, and you're about 350 miles from Fort Wilderness at that point. You have anything else about that place?
Yeah.
So next is our favorite because we've stayed at many times. It's easy to get into. It's right off 75. It's reasonably priced. It's full hookup, and that's Carol Sausage and Country Store, I think is what it's called.
Yeah, I think the campground's called like the Big Peanut or something like that because there's a big peanut there.
Yeah. So if you missed it, you'll see a big peanut to the right, and that's it. But it's easy in and out, and for us, it's a good midpoint. So we, like I said, we're 650 miles out. At this point, we're 285 miles away. They're pull through, right?
They're all pull through.
Full hookup.
Yeah, and I think they've gotten more. And if you park close to the building, you get Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
So.
So when we've been staying, I think the price was way back when we started. It was $40, and then they give you a $10 coupon.
Yes.
I think to use at the store.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
They went up to $50. And you still got the $10 coupon, so you can justify saying it's $40. But when I checked the site for October, it says $45. So I don't know if they're still doing the
$10 coupon.
Yeah.
Because it's like you if you stay, they'll give you a coupon to come shopping at their store.
Yeah.
For like $10, which I mean they have candies, jams, meats. There's a butcher. It's a butcher.
They have everything.
Like that's what it is. So yeah, like if you need something, they probably would have it. That's our go-to. It's reasonably priced.
It's clean.
It's level.
Yeah, it's clean, level. They're
So,
they're friendly.
They
inside,
are friendly.
So.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So moving on further south, we're getting into. That's the last one we stayed at in Georgia. I'm pretty sure. Well, I don't think we've ever stayed around Valdosta. We've always gone through.
I do think that there's that Civic Center area. State Fair area. They have a campground. I think that was my toe.
Oh.
They have a campground.
There's a giant caterpillar in there.
I just saw it crawling.
Oh man.
I saw it crawling.
Yeah. Okay.
But anyways, I think they have a campground, but it's only available while they have events. So, which doesn't, because I've looked into it. It's like, what event are you coming to? And I'm like, well, I don't want to be there for an event. So.
Yeah, we've seen some places like that, they would just host when they're not doing events, but that one's not one of them.
Yeah, I don't think so. So
So Casey Jones Campground is the next one. That's in Lake City, Florida. It is you're about 150 miles out from the fort at that point. And I looked at it this morning for October 6th. It said $29 for a full hookup.
so
That's pretty nice.
that is.
Now it's gravel, but it's level from what I remember.
Yeah,
it's being level.
I think it's kind of a gravel sand.
So are they pull through or
Yes, they're pull through.
are they kind of like the pull through where you have to be the first one there, or you think it's just true pull through? I can't
You
know what?
remember
It reminds me of the one at Kansas.
to where you pull through and someone could possibly be
Well,
behind
just the
you?
way the campground looked. It reminded me of that one in Kansas. It's
Yeah,
like
it's
grass.
a little bigger.
and
Yeah. So they bring you around and you pull all the way through. I think it's, and then the person beside you will pull the other direction. So they're facing this way and you're facing this way, and you have like your own yard and they have their own like yard. Like
Yeah.
it's staggered.
Yeah.
But I think that I think it's like a pull through. And they also we stayed there twice, and I think we got pretty close to the same spot both times. They have emergency sites too.
Yeah, if you arrive after they closed the offices and you didn't, I'm pretty sure this one here, like all the other ones we talked about so far, you can book online. This one you have to call or email to book.
But yeah, they have like 3 or 4 sites set aside to where you can it's right there at the front where you can just pull in, and they have like an envelope and stuff for you to pay.
Yeah.
So they're very trusting, I guess.
Yeah. Like I said, that's in Lake City. That's the one where you saw the semi pulling the giant fifth wheel.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
a bit, yeah. So it's
They have-
very big rig friendly.
I think they have cats walking around too.
Yeah, there's cats everywhere. Yeah.
Not in a bad way. Not
No,
to
no.
bother you or anything.
Like, cause it was like standing in front of the laundry room or something.
Yeah.
And they have a few, like a laundry room. I think there was like a little workout area too. I'm not 100% sure. So
Yeah. All right. Next one, which bothers me because it wasn't a good day. Not that there's anything wrong with the place. It's High Springs RV Resort and Campground. That's in High Springs, Florida. So looking at pricing, let's see. Oh, pull through. Yeah, pull through is 69, back in is 55, and you're about 135 miles, 2 hours away from the fort. So
I don't remember anything about this campground.
okay, so I remember there was a cat.
Oh, I do. I remember the cat now. Yeah.
Okay, so backstory, nothing wrong with the campground. It was right after our Coleman caught fire again. Well, the axle caught fire. So long story short, we were supposed to get the tropical palms that day. As soon as we got close to High Springs, past Lake City, going toward High Springs, it happened again. Our bearing locked up, melted the axle. It was early in the day. I think it was like noonish when it happened, but it was it was at least 5, 6 before the many times. Hey, go listen to one of our old podcasts. Hear the full story. But anyway, so we're tired. We found this place on the same exit. They're as friendly as can be. It's a little pricey. It's the most expensive of the ones we've talked about. I'm pretty sure it's concrete. I'm pretty sure it's paved. I don't remember if it's level or not.
I can't either. I remember there was a pool, but it was closed.
Yeah, I did see on the website there's a pool.
But yeah, because it was one of those. It's like we're supposed to be at Tropical Palms that night, and so I think we left pretty early the next morning to get there because we could get there at any time.
And we're kind of crippled, not crippled, but we were worried about the accident, so we took it really slow.
We took it slow. Every exit, or not exit, but rest area would stop because I remember stopping in the Gainesville rest area to check out, make sure everything's okay.
And shortly after that, I sold the trade
we
the
got rid
Coleman
of
in. Yeah,
we got rid of it.
But that was, like I said, in High Springs, so it's another option. It's right off the interstate like the other ones. All right, so getting closer to the fort, we're at Magnolia Park, which is in Apoca, Florida, which is close to Winter Garden. I said 40 feet, 40, probably 40 minutes from the fort. Oh no, 40 feet. Okay, I know what I'm talking about. All right. So it's a small. Okay. Is it a city park? Would you consider?
Yeah, it's a city park. Yeah.
Or a park, city park campground, I would
Yeah.
say.
Across the road is like a huge playground and stuff.
Yeah. So it's just a single loop, and I looked at reservations, and I looked and found our same site. So the site we fit our 37-foot fifth wheel was 40 feet long, so we used up every bit of it, and it was tight.
It was really tight. And it's because there's these huge live oaks. I mean, it was a gorgeous, like it's really nice and pretty and shaded, but like going around the loop, it was tight because these huge live oaks are everywhere. And backing in, there was like a huge live oak, like right in front of, like right there beside the road, so we couldn't like cut too easily. But yeah, it was. And I remember walking you out, and then the only I remember about this one is we had to get up early and drop the camper off because that's why we stayed there, so we could drop the camper off at the dealership.
Yeah, just get warranty work.
They have an area that you can come and go. Like, I think they give you a code to where it's like behind the main building to check in and stuff.
Well, I talked to a guy. Oh, you mean the next day?
Yeah, the next day. Like if you check in, if you need to leave during the night, or they have this area behind there. Mm-hmm. And if you need to leave early, they have this area. But like these live oaks, they're everywhere. There was one that just like went right across the road behind it, and we wasn't quite sure if we could make it underneath it. So we just waited until he opened up the main gate. Yeah. Because they close it off at night.
So pricing wise, it's $23. So it's water and electric. I would say, so we're 37 feet. I would say lower 30s. I'm not sure if fifth wheel if you want to mess with it. I would say travel trailer under 35, you should be okay. There are some bigger campers, and if you want to try it, I mean, it's a really beautiful area.
If you're really good at maneuvering too, like.
I mean, of course, we were young with the fifth wheel at that point, I guess.
Yeah, we were.
I still wouldn't go back just because of what we have. But again, it's a really pretty park. Across the road is this huge playground if you have kids.
There's a lake.
Yeah.
Mosquitoes
really nice.
Mosquitoes were bad. I remember that.
Yeah, but we're in Florida. So.
Yeah. I got a question about that one.
Okay.
Because I remember, like, I thought there might be another camping area down below, or was that just a picnic
There's a
area?
lot of little camp. Like, you go to that county, there's a bunch of city parks. So I'm sure they probably. Oh yeah, besides the circle.
Yeah.
They have a handful, not many.
Okay.
They have tent,
okay.
So I don't know if that's tent or something like that.
Okay. I just didn't know. All right.
But yeah, that's Magnolia Park in Apoca. I'm sure I said that wrong. All right. So our last stop will be right outside of the Disney bubble, and that's Tropical Palms. We've stayed here, I don't know how many times.
Oh, so many times.
So
and for a long period of time too.
So we're 1,000 Trails members. So they're 1,000 Trail. No, they're Encore Resort. So you can stay up to 14 days at a time as part of your membership. So we take advantage of that. They have a lot of options between standard pull-through, standard pull-through, standard back-end, which is water and electric. Then they have full sewer, and then they have premium sites after that. Yeah.
And then they have like the super sites, which is a newer area that's, I guess, bigger.
Yeah. So again, we don't pay when we go there, but if you was wanting just a water and electric, it's $54. A pull through. No, I did a pull through is $54. So that's where we stay, is just water, electric, pull through, because we always just stay there. If you are 1,000 Trails, they will dump your tanks Wednesdays, I think.
No, I think it's just anybody.
If you stay so long.
Yeah, like on Wednesdays or
Or you can pay to do it other days.
Yeah, you can pay. Usually with 1,000 Trails, they have an area that they put the 1,000 Trails people. We've stayed there once. It's just on grass. It's unlevel, so we prefer just to pull through.
Yeah.
Because they have nice bathrooms.
We only did that once, you said? That was right. That was hurricane.
Yeah, that was
hurricane. We're like, it's
yeah.
time to go to the fort. Hurricane's
coming.
Yeah,
we're going to go to the fort.
So pull through. You say it's level.
Oh yeah,
somewhat level.
it's more level than.
So it's paved, and there's some roots and things. So it's not going to be like pristine or anything. But I mean, we're not paying for it. So, but they have great amenities. They have a pool. They have bocce ball.
Great laundry.
Yeah. So we really enjoy staying there. So we usually hop between there and the fort.
And I mean, it's like 4 minutes from Epcot.
Yep.
So
yeah,
that's
that's
far.
the
Like
easiest.
just driving.
Yeah, you're close. You're really close to Celebration. So
yeah, Celebration and O Town.
yeah, O Town's right there.
Yeah, and you can walk to O Town, so you wouldn't have to worry about parking.
Yep.
But
Okay.
yeah.
Well, I hope this was somewhat informative. Along with, I've added maps, so we'll show you some places to stay and make your trip down to the fort enjoyable. I think I've said it before, but I'm also a Disney travel advisor, a travel assistant that works with Disney. I'm trying to think how you have to say that because I don't work for Disney. But if you ever wanted to book a stay at the fort, try to get a spot at the fort to help you or any other Disney resort, just reach out to us. So I think that's all we got. We'll shut it down for today.
All right. So thank you for listening to 4 Kids, 2 Dogs, 1 RV.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye.